Hello and welcome everyone. Merry belated Christmas to all, and welcome back to a long time no see video. So in today's video, I thought I would do a nighttime riding one, just because I know I haven't done much of that. So I figured I'd give you guys a little tour of what it's like to ride at night. So I took the video stabilization off my camera because I realized it used extra battery juice that I noticed that my camera in somewhat mild cold conditions would kill my battery faster. So I took the video stabilization off. So if you guys see anything covering my lens, that's why. So without further ado, I have some upgrades on the bike that I've done here. So I included a 1800 lumen light, which is actually 6 instead of 3, and they are all powerful. I only use the very first mode that comes on it, and then of course if you press and hold this light, there is a bottom light strip that comes on, which makes it easier for low light conditions. So yeah, my controller turned off because I have it set to turn off after 2 minutes of inactivity. And I also got myself a new fender, which I feel supports this bike a lot better, and a freaking sideward kickstand, which I value a lot. So that out of the way, let's get her going. My goal is to go to the north side of town to look up a few things that otherwise other stores apparently don't have on sale, and see what I can score there. So yeah, join me along the ride, and hopefully my battery doesn't die by the time I get there or back. If it does, well, then you'll know what happened. So that's going that way, so I'm gonna go around the other way. Hope you guys had an awesome Christmas, and I hope you guys got everything to most of what you asked for. For me, well, I took pride in some of it, but I actually was taking time to appreciate what I already have, because not a whole lot of people have what we have, or you know, us YouTubers and stuff. So it was a moment to take pride in what we have and appreciate it. So right now this bike here is my greatest possession, and I value it a lot, so that's what I'm thankful for. But surprisingly enough, the weather here has been surprisingly good. Like, we actually had our first brown Christmas here in a long time, and because of that, it's the reason why you don't see no snow around here. I guess it snowed earlier. I don't know, I kind of slept in really late today, but I guess there was like a lot of snow earlier, and I woke up just in time for it to all disappear. So it may have snowed on the day of Christmas, which you didn't hear, but it doesn't mean it would be a white Christmas, because not enough white snow remained behind for it to be something for it to stick around that long. So it's not a bad thing either. I just know that we'll probably be punished later on going into the year for one of a few reasons. One of them is due to us getting snow late into the season. Let's say late March going to early April. That's been the worst it's gotten here so far. Or reason number 2 being that we'll have really bad wildfires this oncoming season. So either one. In this case, I kind of hope reason number 1 stands out more than number 2, because we don't need wildfires around here, even though BC is really notorious for such a thing. But I'd rather wish for colder temperatures than hot temperatures that cause wildfires and stuff. Okay, boy. Oh, there's no one here, so I'm gonna... Ooh, look at that. Just pulling out ahead just in time for a fire. Ooh! Well, let's just not be in their way for whenever they have to go someplace. So, another thing I'm actually quite excited for, possibly in the near future, is upgrading my battery from a 52 volt to a 72. And I know this controller would handle a 72 volt, considering that it's actually one of the options for the voltage options. So we'll see what that looks like in the future. In the meantime, this thing's quite powerful as it is. I also tried to modify it in such a way that from my cable and my cable to my hub and other cables to be kind of on a separate path, That way it doesn't get tangled with each other. Okay, no one's behind me. Don't have to go as fast. Unattached. There we go. I guess this is probably one of the best ways to learn to take my driver's test, you know, or at least the learner's part, is because as much as I am a good observer in the passenger seat of someone driving versus riding an e-bike, it gives me two different perspectives. One, actually kind of like teaching my parent the ways of the road when they're kind of oblivious to it, to knowing how the way of the road works, to knowing that certain parts of town, there are some really wonky intersections here that require special attention, like yielding, stopping, going, who arrives at an intersection first, who goes first, second, third, and fourth. And then there's riding on a bike, which gives you even a better perspective, because you can either be someone who rides a bike like this regularly for the sake of pedaling, or you know, using the throttle and practicing what it's like to be a vehicle on the road in terms of speed, and learning to practice who goes first, second, and third at a stop sign or a yield sign, and all that stuff. It's great practice. I like this perspective. Look. All right. So we're here at Village Green now, and I'm going to park out in front of one of them because I don't need to go to Canadian Tire. So yeah, the huge benefits of riding an e-bike is deciding when you want to use the main road, and if you're fast enough you can go along with traffic, or two, skip red lights and go straight to riding on the streets and go in different ways that other vehicles have to wait for a stoplight for. So I love that.
It's closing down.
I hope they're not close. I hope they're not close to closing, man. This is too early. Okay. Well, I don't think it'd be wise for me to record on the way in, so I'll catch you guys on the way out. Alright guys, so I got done going into the source as I wanted to, and to find out that the one item I was there for, which happened to be an Xbox Elite Series controller, there are two editions. There was the Elite Series Core and the Elite Series 2, and I discovered why one of them was cheaper than the other in terms of sale. So it turns out that the Elite Series Core edition only featured adjustable thumbsticks, which I never quite seen before, and the Elite Series 2 allows for the pedal adjustments. So that was kind of lame to discover. But then I realized something else too, that I already have one of these at home, but just the cheaper version. It's called the Collective Minds Mod Pack, which allows for either 2 pedals or 4 buttons to be plugged into the battery bay of the controller, and allows you to button remap anytime, any given situation, which I valued a lot, and at a fraction of the cost. So I may have actually given myself a reason to go to Best Buy, because I think they still sell those kits for Collective Minds on their shelf. So that gives me an extra reason to just kind of keep outside a little bit more. And just go over here. I don't like going over these freaking bumps only if I don't have to. So that was what I went in there for. And then I'm going to address a message here that I got not for nighttime recording. Oh, I hope this doesn't. Okay, good. I didn't harm my tire too much. I have my tire kind of blown up to somewhat max PSI, so whether that be 35 or 40. I just know that when it comes to a heavy hub being in the middle, having a low tire pressure does not help. It looks like it's kind of hailing slash snowing in a way. All right. Well, I'll see you guys on the other side. I'm pretty sure they're not fond of people recording in their stores, so I'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right, guys, welcome back to the other side. So, good news and bad. Bad news is that they didn't have one of those control freaks paddle adapters that go into the battery pack bay of the controller. So I believe I can go home saying that I have a major win without spending a whole lot of money. Not that I don't really care to brag about how much money I spend, but to spend that much on a product like that, yeah, I don't need it. So that's actually a big win for me. And another thing I take away as a big win is not having the stabilization thing off like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, because of how much battery I would retain doing so. But at the cost of kind of seeing things that shouldn't be on the screen, like I have this foam body thing on my camera to kind of like block out heavy wind and all that stuff, because I know it kind of sounds a little distorted when it catches a lot of wind, which I hope it doesn't do. But yeah, to have more battery power to be able to record basically on my way home on one battery is a huge win, because I didn't bring my other two batteries with me, so I'm doing this all in one. So by having that video stabilization feature off, I'm actually able to record on my way home, which is actually pretty cool. So let's carry onward, shall we? Alright, let's take down this way. Avoid the busy ass roads. That's what I'm talking about, a nice free open road just to explore, do some speed experiments without too much heavy traffic. The only thing I need to worry about though is freaking icy freaking roads that might be caused by ice fog or like extremely cold conditions after it's been rained on or snowed on. That will cause me to freaking slide like you'd see most of those motocross people do when they lean too much into the ride and they end up like slide off on their sides, which I have seen more than my fair share on YouTube with, so I don't want to be another one of those victims. Like, they finally brought in the rental scooters and the e-bikes. I can't begin to stress to you how much of an eyesore that was to see so many, like, the workers to evenly and organizably place them in a nice row, only to see people push them over and mistreat them. And have so many people leave them right in the middle of the pathways or walkways and stuff that I found to be a huge nuisance. So I'm hoping that the amount of people that have actually rented scooters this year will actually take into consideration of buying their own personal electronic vehicles. So I'm hoping to see a lot more PEVs come next year. But the one thing that actually really concerned me the most was when I see two teen girls double upon one scooter and wearing no helmets. That part really freaking bothered me in terms of their own personal safety and stuff, because I've obviously been through a lot of stuff that makes me wear the gear that I am today and using. Yeah, that was another thing I wanted to actually address, is that the rental scooters are no more for the season until probably March or April. But yeah, I'm glad to see them back in a better place now, not being abused and thrown all over the place. It was a mess last year in terms of how people use them, so I'm glad to see them retired for the season. I'm gonna go to Subway for some dinner, so I'll catch you guys on the other side. All right, guys. So now that we got done collecting that, I feel like I'll be ending this video around here somewhere at this point. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's video. We just passed the winter solstice here about 6 days ago, so now we're working towards longer days, which I'm really looking forward to, because having nightfall drop this early makes it kind of inconvenient in so many ways, apart from energy savings, whatever that entails. So let's get across here. Okay. Alright guys, well I feel like this is where I'll wrap things up, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you did like what you did see, feel free to give it a like or dislike, whichever you feel today's video deserved. And get yourself subscribed and hit that post notification bell so you never miss out on a single video. Yeah, I'll catch you guys on my next video. So in the meantime, Merry Belated Christmas and Happy New Year if I don't make a video before that. Peace.